Hey guys, GNT here, and today I want to talk about issue 23 of Teen Titans. Yes, we're back again with more Teen Titans, and before we get to what's in the book, I want to talk about what's on it. This cover is awesome. The way they did the black, the white, and the purple-ish color. Looks like purple to me, but I know somebody's going to say, it's not purple. It's purple to me. But yeah, the way that they did this cover is awesome. And it's kind of foreshadowing who's going to be a focal point in this issue. Which, if you couldn't tell, it's Jen. She's the only person that has just all purple all the time. And once you get to the first page, the dialogue boxes are in purple, so you know that Jen is talking about stuff. And here's where it gets a little bit crazy. When it started off, they started with an assassin shooting Gordon in the eye, and I was like, "Whoa, they're doing some big stuff here. This is this is amazing." I thought, but then, it turns out it was an illusion by Jen. I should have seen that coming. No way they would actually shoot Gordon in the eye in this book. If something big was going to happen to him, it probably happened in a Batman book. So, I got a little excited for no reason. Anyway, right after that, they move on to what we ended with last time, which was Kid Flash talking to Roundhouse about, why he, how he was alive, how he survived the impact of that explosion. And they kind of try to give us an explanation, but it was never a complete explanation. It was like, oh, well, when you get in the atmosphere about freezing and then burning and then melting, and my phone melted, and then I was in the ocean and stuff and things. We never got a full explanation, which was, I don't know. It felt like they didn't quite have one ready. Or we could go with something more interesting. Theory time. I still think he could be a robot, and this is an extra body. I'm just saying, not necessarily a robot, but more like a cyborg or something like that. But yeah, like I was saying, could be an extra body, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's why the explanation seems like absolute crap. Or they could just not be planning well. Who knows? By the way, as far as this issue goes, I think that for the most part, it was rather plain. They did nothing too spectacular in it. Like, if they had actually shot Gordon at the beginning, that would have been awesome. That would have been taking a major risk. But, no, we're not going to do anything drastic to any characters right now. We're just going to have a plain little story in this book. And that's kind of what held the book back for me. Because, although it was cool to see Roundhouse back, I would have loved a full explanation. Also, they talked about him having a sister because she was in a picture with him. Which, by the way, in the picture, he wasn't blue at all. So, obviously he hasn't been that way for very long. But he said it was a long story about the sister, and we never got into that either. So, at some point, that's going to be a focus for a story. Like, maybe she'll be a bad guy or something, or she's dead, and then she'll show back up. You don't know. We'll see something on it eventually. But for right now, that pretty much covers anything going on with Roundhouse. They just kind of brushed over him being quote-unquote dead. And I really do hate that, because I thought it could be interesting, But maybe they'll bring it up later and make it an interesting story. But for right now, it's complete trash. The way they didn't really have a good explanation for him, coming back from that explosion. But whatever, no big deal. We move on with the story. Like I was saying, the whole Gordon being shot thing was an illusion by Jen, and apparently Kid Flash was not let in. Was not let in on it, so when he got there, he thought that it was for real, and Roundhouse was like, "Whoa, why does the old man sound like a little girl?" You know, I love Roundhouse as a character, but goodness, oh, it's gonna bother me for a while if they didn't do a really good job with his whole resurrection, his one-issue resurrection. No, but seriously though, they just talked about, you know, the plan and whatnot and how it was going, and there was an assassin, and I don't remember the assassin's name because she's not important. It seems that she's dead at the end of the issue. Spoiler alert, if you hadn't realized by now, I'm telling you what's happening in this comic. Not all of what's happening, but the main focal points of it. And a couple of little things here that I found interesting. But they follow her, they tell her, and Roundhouse shows up. They have a nice little brief discussion, and Kid Flash tells them about how his phone melted and he fell into the ocean, then he got grounded. And then they, you know, Red Arrow was like, well, that sounds stupid. You're grounded. What are we in kindergarten? And that's kind of what I was thinking. Because, you know, I still don't believe the story. Because I'm hoping for something better. And he was like, you know, my parents don't play. Which is, it's weird. He has like a very, let's see, what term should I use for this? I don't want to say, ghetto. It's a very urban way of talking. My main man, my homie, my brother from another mother. I was expecting him to drop the N-word next. Like, before they said, hold on, wait, get to the point. I was wondering what was going to happen. Yeah, but he talks about how his parents don't play, and he's like, well, you know, he asks, what are their parents like? And they're like, oh, dead, complicated, tried to kill me. I was brought about by sand and sacrifice of goats. I was like, what the flip? That caught me off guard. Like, we all know Crush's parents, so I'm not even going to go into that. But that completely caught me off guard when it was like, sacrifices and stuff. I was like, whoa, hold up. Oh man, 1,000 goats for a sacrifice and sand from a desert? That was a little much. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, but the funniest thing here, which, well, I thought was hilarious, he said, you know, you guys need some serious therapy. That was hilarious. Because it's what everybody's thinking. These characters, all of these teens, need help. And lots of it. Instead, they just go out and beat up villains. Oh. But yeah, anywho, Robin gives Roundhouse a communicator, and, you know, he gets so excited that he basically gives away their position. The assassin runs. Crush throws a car at her, and it was not the best plan. It's not the best idea. It wasn't the most well executed, you know, formation. Crush kind of catches her, and then, you know, there's an explosion, and then the weird thing happened. Here's my thing. Because I'm starting to feel like Red Arrow was in this comic. Robin jumped on a grenade for Jen. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't see Robin doing that. I mean, you know, he's like, oh, well, my uniform could have taken it, but I don't know. It just seems so out of character, I guess. It seems a little weird for him to just be jumping on grenades like that. And, you know, Red Arrow's like, he's really lost his focus when he's around you, Miss Jen. And I was like, yeah. Because I don't know where they're going with this. Like, are they trying to head towards a whole romance type thing here? Or are they trying to go towards he put on the ring, so now he feels more connected to her than he did before? Or her emotions influencing him like a Raven type deal? I don't know where they're going with this. I'm interested in seeing where they're going with it, but I just don't understand right now. And I'm assuming you're not meant to understand. But, moving on from that, the assassin that they were fighting, she looks really interesting. She looks really interesting. I was really interested in seeing where she was going and what she'd be doing, and then she was dead. It was like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Dead. I was like, whoa. And then she said a funny line too, because like there are little sprinkles of humor in here. While she was fighting them, she was like, and people asked why I don't want kids. I was like, ha ha, ha ha. I don't either. But I laughed pretty good at that one. And you know, overall this chapter was just rather plain. It seemed like a very safe chapter. I keep saying chapter because I read so much dang on manga. A safe issue of Teen Titans. There was nothing too crazy, too out there. And on top of that, they killed an interesting character. Because I don't think I could call her a villain. I don't like to call assassins villains. Until they just start killing for no reason, then you're a villain. If you're an assassin, you're being paid. The highest bidder gets you to do stuff. Which means good people could pay you, bad people could pay you. You know? And that's what they said she was, an assassin. So, I would have loved to see more of her, but she's very dead. On top of that, the building blew up at the end, so I'm assuming she's super dead. She didn't just have a regular death, she had a super death. They stuck her to a wall with weird looking sharp objects. I'm not sure exactly what type of weapon that is, but they stuck 4 of them into her and had her stuck to the wall, which it looks like, because it looks like there's blood dripping from her neck, so I'm assuming they cut her throat, but they didn't show that her throat was cut, so, you know, had the building not blown up, I would think, she might still be alive, we might see her again, nope, explosion. But who knows, it's comic books, you know? Nobody's ever really dead. I mean, nobody's ever really dead. But yeah, for the most part, that is the issue. It was okay. It was a just plain safe issue of a comic. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too exciting. Couple of interesting bits here and there. Also, Jen teeters on the edge of being Raven sometimes, and then at other times Starfire. Like the way that she acts towards different customs and the way people talk and all this seems kind of Starfire-ish, and the deal with her powers seems like a Raven-ish thing, so I'm assuming they're trying to balance out not having either of those characters in this book or having a character like them by making Jen here. So I'm really interested in seeing where her character goes and how the story's going to go with her, because she seems like a very big focal point of this run of the Teen Titans. Or at least for the last few issues, because of the way they've been focusing on doing things with her and whatnot. But as far as this issue goes, like I said, plain, safe, and as far as a rating goes, on a scale of 5, I don't know if I've been doing 5 or 10, but on a scale of 5, it'd be a 3. Nothing exciting enough to raise it up higher than 3. and nothing bad enough to lower it below 3. So it's just a 3. By the way, when I rate, I start at 3. And you can either go up or go down. But with this issue, it stayed at 3. So there you go. As far as this issue goes, if you like Titans, Teen Titans, not just the Titans book, I really want to get into the Titans book and talk about that as well. But for now, we're just doing this. As far as Teen Titans issue 23 goes, I would say if you're into Teen Titans and you've been reading it, just continue to read it. But as far as a jumping on point, this is not it. This will not make you want to read more. I mean, let me not say that. It could make you want to read more, but it's not exciting enough to just grab anybody who's randomly picking up an issue. It'd be people who like certain characters in here. And for the most part, a lot of people won't really know these extra characters in this book. So it's not a good issue for jumping on. But if you're already on board, stay on board. Don't just stop reading because of this one. It's okay. It's an average book, and hopefully the next issue will be better. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time, which, I don't know. I don't know what the next video on this channel will be. But if you're only here for Teen Titans, I'll see you next month with Teen Titans. I'm gonna look into, reading some more comics, get you guys some more of these comic videos. Like I said, I want to look into Titans, and I want to get back into Nightwing because I haven't read Nightwing in a few months. So I'm gonna get back into that. But for now, that's gonna be the end of this one. See you guys next time. Peace out and have a great day.